What's up guys, Fearman here, we're back with another NoFap video, the video series whereby you watch me become less of a social retard every day, hopefully. And today, instead of doing a sort of normal format, I decided to basically split it up by doing a 30-day review of my NoFap because it's been 30 days or more. So I'm going to be basically talking about the superpowers that I attained when doing NoFap. Now obviously there's a reason why I say superpowers, because as many of you already know, these superpowers are things that we should have already been able to do. You know, our parents and our grandparents didn't have problems with eye contact. I mean seriously, my granddad looks at my grandma and she fucking withers. But you know, thanks to devolving cultural norms and the rise in technology just going out of control and people not knowing what the effects of porn are, we basically devolved who don't have the ability to keep up a single conversation with even a mildly attractive woman. Like me! So, superpower number one. I love this one because I used to have a real problem with it when I was younger. Eye contact. Seriously. My eye contact used to be so bad that I couldn't even look into the camera when I first started doing these videos. I mean, seriously. I mean, now I can sort of, but it still kind of hurts. I first noticed this after about week 2, week 3, whereby I would just be serving a lot of people because I work in retail behind the desk, yada yada yada. And it would be really hard for me sometimes because I just couldn't make eye contact, especially if they're pretty, which women notice really quickly. If you are interacting with a woman and you cannot make eye contact, even if they think you're cute, if they see that you can't maintain eye contact, they think you're, he's cute. It's the difference between cute and cute, if you know what I mean. Eye contact is a huge thing, and I saw it absolutely skyrocket for me, which is great because it means I don't have to stare at the floor whenever I'm, you know, serving someone that's hot. Alright, superpower number 2 is conversational spontaneity. Totally didn't make that one up. But basically it's the spontaneity of stop making up words. Basically, I can talk properly, better than I just tried to. And this one really came when, usually before doing NoFap, I'd be stuck in my own head thinking about what to say next, thinking about what the best thing to say is. Whereas now, it was actually around about the same 2 or 3 week mark, I'd just be able to just walk up to people sometimes and just start a conversation without even thinking about it, sometimes unconsciously. So I'd just be going down to the farmer's market or just going down to the shop, and I'd see someone and I just like the look of their whatever the hell they're wearing, and then I just start up a conversation and be like, oh, it's spontaneous. And sometimes afterwards I'd be like, whoa, did I just initiate a conversation with someone? I'm returning to normal! Yes! I could be a functioning member of society again. But yeah, it was so surprising. And in fact, it was surprising that it was surprising, which is why I actually thought of starting this video and saying superpowers, because let's face it, this stuff we should do anyway, but culture and yada yada yada. But it's been absolutely great. Just being able to walk up to someone and start off a conversation has really brightened up a lot of my month, because you know, it's always great whenever you just walk up to someone and then just have this like a 5-minute long conversation out of nowhere. I'm not even in my own head, I'm not even thinking about it, I'm just there, I'm present, just the words are flowing, it's great. Now, superpower number 3 is one that I'm so grateful for, because that board behind me, where I keep all my tasks, had like the same things on it for about months. I mean seriously, if you look at my previous videos, it had the same things written down on it. Why? Because I was not accomplishing anything. And thanks to doing a lot of NoFap, one of the other superpowers I found is that I'm the more motivated and I'm more driven to basically do stuff and stick with tasks, and you know, so that's been absolutely great for me, because there's been a lot of stuff going on right now that I really need to basically structure, and I need to bring some more structure to my life. So having that just in the background to help me and stop being an absolute procrastinating nutcase that I am is awesome. So yeah, what's the next one? Number 4 is something that I think a lot of people who go into doing NoFap are actually looking forward to. That's just a general sense of well-being and sort of sense of calmness within myself that I can really like carry around with me and sort of inject into different conversations. Whereas before, I would sort of just be, you know, in my own head and go rushing and going to place, but when you can be calm and be centered and feel more well-being, you can sort of have, you can enjoy that sense of well-being with other people, and you can get more stuff done without being so stressed. And I swear, it must have been, you know, I just felt so just disempowered, I think, when I was not doing NoFap, that I really didn't, you know, all this energy that I could have been using to just stabilize myself was just gone. So I was just here, there, everywhere, doing this, doing that, going from one place to another. Whereas now I can sort of slow down, calm down, and actually see what I'm doing. And the last one is actually one that's actually going to be pretty tricky. And that is that women just generally tend to find you more attractive. Now, I've noticed this. and I found out that it's because of my subtle adjustments to body language before and after I was doing NoFap. Before NoFap, I would slouch a bit more, I'd drag my feet a bit, but now after NoFap, I walk more, more with my shoulders, not like that, because then they'd be like, what the hell is he on? But sort of just, calm, centered, structured. I would stand with my legs a bit farther apart, just to give some space to my massive balls. And they'd notice, they'd react. They would actually, see, and more heads would turn, more people would look at me. And you could just generally tell when you're in a conversation with a woman that she's seen you before, you've seen her, and she's been eyeing you up. So to me, it is actually real, it is actually something that I can see happening. Whereas before, I really wasn't sure, and I know that there are some people who are like, yeah, after like 3 or 4 days of doing NoFap, chicks are just looking left, right, and center, sorry. I don't believe that for a second. It takes time for this to build up. But anyway, so that was my rundown of all the superpowers. Let me know what you thought down in the comment section. I've got a lot more videos coming up. I did actually have to re-record this because I recorded it on my normal webcam and it sounded like potato, so standards must be maintained. Like, comment, subscribe, or do whatever you want. It's your life. Peace.